Sometimes mascots come along that may have seemingly come out of nowhere. They make a splash and then become heavily desired by consumers who are involved in that product. Mario is to Nintendo just like the little Chihuahua is to Taco Bell who tells you to drop the chalupa. Now for PlayStation, enter the room the lovable Astro. Now, Astro's Playroom that came with the PS5 was such a hit that Team Asobi said, alright, let's make a new one. However, let's ratchet up that difficulty, make it a 12 to 15 hour campaign, and then about a 30 to 35 hour Platinum Trophy journey, which is much longer and tougher than the Astro's Playroom. Then PlayStation said, alright, let's do it. I can assure you, there are people who will not be able to finish this game. There will be children who bring the controller to mom and dad seeking help and will be thrown to the wolves and said, you got it, kid. And then there will be fully grown adults who say, okay, one more time. More times than your cousin going back to her baby daddy. Team Asobi created one of the most polished experiences I have played this generation. Yes, through the entire gen. And yes, Astro Bot is currently my game of the year now. Now I won't glaze on this guy the entire review. I do have one or two things to point out. But it's going to be hard for me to say who should not buy this game. You guys know my reviews are based on a scale of who should buy and who should not, since point value really makes no sense to me. No one's been able to explain what separates an 8.5 from a 9. So I stick to who should buy and who should not. So make sure you like the video, subscribe if you dare to, and comment if you will be buying Astro Bot or not. Setting and story. Where Astro's Playroom focused on using the past of PlayStation to guide us through a story-like event, Astro Bot focuses on the PlayStation's 5 components and collecting them after a crash in order to do so, while also using a lot of the main PlayStation characters to make these cameo appearances, all for a ton of fun. Now when it comes to the settings in Astro Bot, I was blown away by the lush colors, the diverse areas we navigate, and the way that you just navigate each level. As I said, there are going to be a lot of people who will not be able to beat this game. I want to make sure you remember that as we go through this review. Now, the way Astro Bot starts is the mothership crashes, aka the PlayStation 5. It's up to us to locate all 300 bots and finish each area to recover the various parts needed in order to repair the ship. Now on the main hub you will see 5 mission areas, and then eventually at the bottom you will see a 6th location called the Lost Galaxy. You can scan to see how many bots, puzzle pieces, and Lost Galaxies remain within each area. As you can see, there is a lot to do here. Each main location has 5 to 6 main level missions for you to go through, which should take you about 10 to 15 hours depending on how you approach it. Then, if you are wanting to do the completion level content for the Platinum, you will need to unlock and complete the side missions too, which a Platinum will take you 25 plus hours depending on how good you are. I'm just going to tell you now, the side missions for Square, Triangle, Circle, and X are probably the hardest obstacle missions within the entire game. After you complete each area, you will unlock a piece to install within the PS5 located at the crash site. Now the crash site has multiple different areas for you to visit, like the shop, Safari, and the Gacha Lab. You must complete puzzles though to gain access. So far I've said how great this game is, which yeah, it's absolutely amazing. However, I thought the weak point in this compared to Astro's Playroom was not exploring all of PlayStation history in different ways. Now, I was okay with this different approach solely focused on this current gen of PS5, but I gotta mention how much I actually missed going through the history of PlayStation and how cool it was to show my kids when I saw things that I was younger, like needing a memory card to say things and then explaining, here's what happens if you lose that memory card. You lost all your game's progress. It was just an aspect that I thought they did so well within Astro's Playroom that it just felt like they could have done more within this game. The worlds, the environments, and the bringing together of the world of PlayStation and Astro Bot was by far the most polished experience I have had with a game this year, and that cannot be understated. Gameplay and features. Astro Bot utilizes all available features of the DualSense controller. From the breathing, to the steering, to all the motion controls, it is all carefully implemented in here to give you as the player full control of the experience. In this game, they went a step further with various skills and modifiers. In one map, you could slow down time to navigate various areas, and then in another, you're relying on a jump pack to jump higher and further than the obstacles. The obstacles could consist of bolts of electricity that maneuver and change directions and all kinds of things, to fireball shooting pumpkins and obstacles that rotate, and heck, there are even some that you can only see with a special light. I've said several times that Astro Bot is probably going to leave a lot of players in its dust. It took almost every aspect of Astro's playroom and then injected it with a ton of steroids into the mechanics and the enemies. There were several levels that when I finished, I found that joy that exists when beating some very hard bosses in other games. It was that level of serotonin deposit that made me say, okay, one more times than I can count. The times that I was so close to the finish line I could see it, and then bam, some ball of goo hits me from the far side of the screen, causing me to die. But I would pick myself up and say, one more time. And I followed that mantra until I inevitably beat the entire game. I know, the dedication, perseverance, the greatness, it's an attractive quality that I have. What is super attractive is that I did not experience one bug in my over 30 hours of playtime. Not one time did I feel like I had dropped frames, dropped inputs with my controller, a stutter, or any other noticeable issues that we look for while reviewing games. In fact, the features within each world were so well done and carefully crafted that it truly brought each level to life as transit across doing your various missions. Now, as you do explore, you will find puzzle pieces that give you access to more explorable areas within the crash site. You can change outfits, the color of your controller, and locate the special Master Bot at the end. This interactive hub, if you will, is so full of life, and where all the bots, well, it's where they hang out at. And if you're a PlayStation fan, you will notice a lot of popular characters hanging out here after you find them within the campaign. Now, the last gameplay feature I want to highlight is the seamless transition within the worlds and also outside of the worlds. The loading time frame into each area is quite seamless and quick. When you go from land into water and then into snow in a sandy spot, you can feel the love and the range of diversity that was exhibited within this game. It's seamless going into the water and seeing the splashing, and then coming onto the land and going through the snow and seeing your tracks. It was all very, very well done. Performance and graphics. I played and recorded footage of Astro Bot on my 85-inch Sony Bravia TV, and it was captured through an Elgato HD60X capture card. The game is absolutely beautiful, stellar performance and graphical abilities. I did not notice a drop in frames, a lag, a screen tear, or anything that would cause me to see some type of issue with the game's stabilization, performance, and how it was made. It is the best and most polished game that I have played this year, and it's definitely within the top 3 this generation. For the graphics, there's an HDR settings that can adjust if your TV is able to handle that. It makes the colors pop a lot more, but I gotta be honest, I prefer the HDR on its default settings. It was almost too bright for me in that setting. Now, the graphical fidelity in this game was so crisp, and they took care of each detail with care, compassion, and it's just a love project is basically the best way to explain it. Not only are the front line graphical assets directly in front of you extremely polished, but even objects further away move as they are intended to without fail. I was highly impressed with how this game looked and performed, that it kept pulling me further in with each new area that I went to. Accessibility features. Being a military veteran, accessibility features within gaming is something I'm very passionate about. I have friends who have sustained injuries that make it difficult to navigate everyday life and can be very difficult to play video games that lack certain features. Astro Bot has 3 main accessibility features in here. First, you can turn on the controller tilt assist. If you have issues with maneuvering the controller, then you can replace this motion sensor by utilizing the left stick. You may turn on the visual aids in the game, and this adds a visual cue for players rather than just having the vibration function. The UI elements on screen will also be increased in size for you. Lastly, there is a camera assist to be turned on, which lets you recenter the camera by pressing the O button. The other options are for the HDR and the horizontal and vertical control aspects of the camera. Sound and music. The musical scores in Astro Bot, phenomenal. It's part of the one more reason, if you will. The upbeat music keeps you engaged and wanting to play more and more to beat the missions. Then you combine that with the sound effects in the game, from Astro's just noises that he makes, to the jumping noises, the skill uses, and enemies' vocal feedback. And then you have, completely just well done audio that is so crisp and so good to listen to, with the musical scores and the different sound effects that come up within each area. If you're in a spooky graveyard, it sounds like Halloween time. If you're on the beach, it sounds like you're, on the beach. It was, man, just really well done and really well polished. I was so impressed. But I played through my TV speakers at times, but then I was like, you know what? I want to try my headset. Through my TV, sounded great. But I gotta say that playing the game with the headset on, it aided that immersive experience that this developer was trying to drop you into map after map. And if I have one recommendation for you, it's that, yeah, playing through the actual TV is good, but throw on a headset and see how you like it. Case conclusion. Now that I've completed this investigative review of Astro Bot, let's discuss who should buy and who should not. When I do these reviews, I look at the value within games that it will bring to consumers if you decide to purchase it. After my playthrough, Astro Bot is the best game I've played this year, and I stand by it. Its polished, unique level design, and carefully crafted gameplay makes it an absolute joy to experience. If you like the first one, you are going to love this one, especially due to its expansive nature, ton of content, and it just adds a ton of value to you as a customer, so I do think it's worth the $60 US. However, if you did not like the first one, or maybe you don't like platformers, then you probably should not buy this game. I cannot understate how much I enjoyed my time playing Astro Bot. Make sure on your way out, just like the video, comment your thoughts on this game, smash the sub button with notify on so you catch all my reviews on this channel.